It's been a while since I last posted on this channel. I basically finished up my first year of college, and then over the summer I've just been working. But during that time I actually found a new hobby, which is drawing skies with oil pastels. Here's a small painting I did a couple days ago, and today I wanted to show you guys how I'm making a bigger version of it. Here I'm just laying down the washi tape that will make the borders for my painting. Here are the oil pastels I'm using. It's 48 assorted colors in one set, and I listed down the numbers of each of the pastels that I'm using because I usually decide the palette beforehand. So I'm starting with number 205, which is like a burnt orange color, and I'm just filling in the top part of the sky with this color. I'm applying more pressure on the top, and then as I go further down I'm applying less, just so blending the colors is easier. Now I'm taking 204 and I'm blending out the bottom part of that color as well as extending more of the light orange color down. Now I'm taking 203, which is more of like a peachy shade, I would say, but I'm blending it even further down. I usually go from light to dark when I've been doing skies. Now I'm taking 240, which is a very light pink, and I'm blending it down. Also, while I'm like shading in the colors of the sky, I'm making sure to leave white space where I want the clouds to be because it'll be important for that blank white paper to pop once I fill in the cloud shading. Now I'm taking 239, which is a darker salmon color, and I'm putting it at the bottom just because in my reference picture that I took, it was a little bit darker where the sun was in a darker pink. And now I'm taking 243, which is a very, very pale yellow, and I'm blending out that dark salmon color. Even though I use a reference picture usually because I like taking pictures of the sky, I just kind of play around with the colors because I'm still a beginner, and I just hope it works out at the end. I honestly wasn't sure what I was doing here, but I think it turned out okay, so I'm just trusting the process as I go along. Okay, now I'm taking 203, which is a color that I used earlier. It's that very pale orange color, and I'm blending in the like pink and yellow into the orangey shade. I think usually you would use white to do this, but since all of my colors are kind of like in the same palette, I'm not sure of the term, I'm using the orange. So now it's time to do the sun, so I'm taking the brightest yellow, which is 202, and I'm just filling in where I want the sun to be. Now it's time to do the clouds, so I left spaces for the larger clouds, but there's also those like really pale, puffy clouds that you sometimes see in the sky, so I just do that by having white on top of some of the lighter parts of the painting. I also use it to blend out any like awkward spots. I'm taking a very light gray, which is 245, and I'm just filling in where I want the shadows of the clouds to be. And then I'm using white to blend in the gray, as well as kind of extend the cloud out so the transition from the cloud into the sky color isn't so harsh. Oh, and when using white, I clean it off like on a paper towel pretty regularly because oil pastels, they stick to the stick. So to keep the white pretty bright and not like mush all the colors together, I have to clean the white often. I'm doing the larger top cloud. For the shadows, I just kind of do it randomly. Now that I've blended in the gray and the cloud color, I'm using the white to blend out the lines of the cloud into the sky so it's more of a gradient. That's basically it. Now I'm just blending out the sun with my finger since the sun is the most like poppy part of the picture. So I'm blending out the yellow so it's more bold. And that's it, I think. Now I'm peeling off the washi tape, which is one of my favorite parts of when I do oil pastels. It's so satisfying. Here's the finished painting. It was very fun to do, pretty quick, and just very relaxing. Thank you for watching, and I love you!